Door chime, soft ring. You're already here reading. Steam curls, slow spirals. Your cup and my quiet colliding. Sun slips down a brick wall, turns your page to gold. Table carved with old names, ours a story still untold. Morning pours in like it knows our names. Sugar on your lip, laugh stuck in my brain. If this is all we ever get, just this table, just this breath, let it last, let it last, while the coffee's warm. You stir in small circles, watch the swirl, make a wish. You say you dreamt of oceans in a town like this. The barista calls an order, spells your name half wrong. You shrug, say close enough, we both smile. Too long outside, the buses rumble. Inside, it's only us. Your ankle brushes mine. Tiny jolt, gentle rush. Morning pours in like it knows our names. Sugar on your lip, laugh stuck in my brain. If this is all we ever get, just this table, just this breath, let it last, let it last, while the coffee's warm. What if we never leave this room? Let the hours bloom and fade. What if see you soon just turns into I stayed? You trace hearts in the spill, I pretend I don't see, but every crooked little line feels like it's circling me. You say I should be going, but your hand stays on the mug, thumb following the handle like it's hard to give it up. Light climbs higher on the window, catching freckles on your wrist. We talk about the smallest things, stretch each second, make it thick. Chair scrape, door swing, hey. New faces, cold air, we hold still at our corner like the world stops over there. You ask for one more minute, I joke, take 2, take 10. You laugh into your sleeve. There it is, that sound again. Morning hum, low and steady milk foam, quiet hiss. I memorize your outline, every angle, every shift. The beans crack in the roaster, sweet smoke, gentle sting. It settles in my sweater, clings to everything. If I catch this in my memory, will I taste it when I'm old? This sunlight on your shoulder, this table chipped and cold. You lean back, eyes half closed, say days should all start like this. I answer way too quickly, yeah, they should, and that's my wish. You stand and you don't, bag hangs from your arm. You ask if I'll be here most mornings, I disarm. We walk slow to the doorway, you turn once to look back in. Your empty cup, our crooked chairs, the place we both begin. Morning pours in, even as you step outside. You wave through the glass, distance thin as a sigh. Bell rings, air cools, but the warmth stays on my skin. I sit down at our table, order one more let you linger within.
In the door, chime sings once. Little chalk sign still smudged from last month. Dust in the light, dancing in gold. Mugs on the shelf, stories they hold. Steam from the bar, fog on the glass. First quiet laugh as the early birds pass. Morning window cafe. Sun spills over my hands. Warm cup tilt to your face, like you finally understand. We don't rush, we just stay while the world makes its plans. Morning window cafe, where the slow hours land, where the slow hours land. You stir your drink, lose track of time, draw crooked hearts in the foam's fading lines. Newspaper folds drift to the floor. You say maybe I don't need much more. Outside is noise, inside is hush. Your knee finds mine in the weak little rush. Morning window cafe, sun spills over my hands. Warm cup tilt to your face, like you finally understand. We don't rush, we just stay while the world makes its plans. Morning window cafe, where the slow hours land. What if we stay till the chairs stack up, till the last drip slows in the metal cup, till the light turns soft and the colors fade? Would the small bright corner still feel the same? You say one more sip, I say one more day. We both know we mean don't let this slip away. You trace the rim round and around, little porcelain orbit holding us down. Sun climbs higher, lines on your wrist, catch every shimmer I don't wanna miss. Quiet clatter, distant plate, we fall deeper into being late. You laugh, we should go, but you don't stand. Your fingers drum slow on the back of my hand. Steam curls, disappears above your drink like all of our fears, loosening their link. I watch the light slide up the wall, turning pale yellow, almost white then tall. Shadows stretch long under each chair. Time keeps moving, we just sit there. Another? You ask, eyes half closed, like a soft question already posed. Yeah, one more, I say, though we're both so full. It's not the coffee that's kept us full. Voices gather at the counter line, but at this table we're outside of time. Every heartbeat, every small word feels like the start of something unheard. You rest your head on your folded arm sleeve, pushed back, wrist still warm. I tap a side of your empty cup like I'm knocking lightly. Are you waking up? But you just smile, eyes still closed, like you're memorizing how the sunlight glows. Morning window cafe holds us in its frame. Two small people with quiet flame, and long after we stand, push the chairs away, I'll still taste this moment like the first sip of day. Warm air, soft grin, door swing, small din. Hand finds hand as we step away. But somewhere in the glass, in the smell of the beans, we're forever sitting there in that slow, bright scene. You were tracing hearts in the sugar on the table, sip of bitter roast, laughing like a fable. Dust in the light, turning lazy and gold. You said, tell me a secret, and I almost told. Your chip blue mug matched the paint on your nails. You talked about leaving cheap trains, quieter trails. I watched your mouth try to smile through the doubt. You stared past the glass like the world had bowed out. By the sun-drenched cafe window, time slowed down, but the day moved on. Steam on the glass like a lost halo. I was right there and then you were gone. Every warm reflection still feels like you somehow. By the sun-drenched cafe window, I'm sitting with your ghost now. You stole my spoon, said you liked the tiny shine. Then it just a little said it felt more like you that time. Left your scarf on the back of my chair, smelled like citrus and rain and the smoke in your hair. You circle words on the crumpled paper menu. Sweet, fresh light said that's how I remember you. I just shrugged, stared at stripes on the floor from the blinds, cutting sunlight into pieces I adored. By the sun-drenched cafe window, time slowed down, but the day moved on. Steam on the glass like a lost halo. I was right there and then you were gone. Every warm reflection still feels like you somehow. By the sun-drenched cafe window, I'm sitting with your ghost now. Now the chairs are new, but that corner's still the same. Different faces, same small talk, baristas mispronouncing names. I keep your seat facing out toward the street. Order what you ordered, leave the sugar neat. My phone lights up with a life you'll never know. Half-written messages that I never send, they glow. Outside kids run through the stripes of afternoon. Inside I keep replaying almost every June. By the sun-drenched cafe window, time slowed down, but the day moved on. Steam on the glass like a lost halo. I was right there and then you were gone. Every warm reflection still feels like you somehow. By the sun-drenched cafe window, I'm sitting with your ghost now. Would you know me now if you walk back in? Same cracked tile, same crooked grin. Would you take that chair like you never left, or walk past me like a stranger at best? I raise my cup to the empty air, to the bent old spoon, to your vanished chair. If this is all that we ever were, just a late afternoon and a single blur. By the sun-drenched cafe window, time slowed down, but the day moved on. Steam on the glass like a lost halo. I was right there and then you were gone. Every warm reflection still feels like you somehow. By the sun-drenched cafe window, I'm sitting with your ghost now. I stay too till the light leans low. Coffee gone cold, but I won't let go of the salt like a half-kept plan. Blind slide down on the late day shine, but the heat on the glass feels like your hand on mine. I hum your tune to the closing hum. Chairs stack up, day comes undone. They wipe our crumbs from the corner seat, erase our afternoons from the checkered sheets. Still I sit in the falling gold, let the dust dance slow in the stories we told. Every laugh, every sigh, every half-true line swim back up from the back of my mind. By the window, by the window, I replay you, frame. Dust on the table, 2 cups going cold, steam drawing halos above your folded hands. You laugh at my story, and suddenly you don't. Your eyes find the window, mine don't know where to land. Under the sunlight streaming through the window, every quiet word you say turns slow, and it seeps into my heart like it's always been there, like it's lived between the lines of every breath we share. Under the sunlight streaming through the window, I can almost hear tomorrow in your tone. Every little silence feels like home. You trace on the saucer a circle, then a line. I never tell anyone this, you say it's soft, like a crime. There in the mid-morning, the world a distant hum. I hear my name on your tongue like it's the only one. Under the sunlight streaming through the window, every quiet word you say turns slow, and it seeps into my heart like it's always been there, like it's lived between the lines of every breath we share. Under the sunlight streaming through the window, I can almost hear tomorrow in your tone. Every little silence feels like home. You ask me a question, simple, but it stays. Are you really happy here? In all these days I don't have an answer, just this trembling in my chest. You thumb against the tabletop, keeping time with my unrest. If I reach across this space, will it change your name in my phone? If I say the thing I feel, will it burn or finally glow? Oh, if we stand up from this chair, will this room still feel the same? Or did we just rearrange every picture in our brains? Under the sunlight streaming through the window, I see the outline of a different road. Your hand almost touching mine, almost crossing that thin line, almost saying don't let go. Under the sunlight streaming through the window, the clock on the wall forgets to move. We're talking about nothing much, but I'm memorizing every touch of your voice on the air in this room, and it seeps into my heart slow, slower, spreading like a shadow on the floor. Every glance, every half smile, every word you never say, filling up the doorway of my soul. Stay here a little longer, let the morning overrun, let the street calls fade to whispers, let the world think we're gone. Under the sunlight, under the sunlight, under the sunlight, streaming through the window. shoulder, dust lines in the air, steam from your cup, drawing ghosts between our chairs. You laughed at something tiny, I forgot what it was. Still, the way your eyes went softer, that's the part that stuck. Under the sunlight streaming through the window, every quiet word sinks slow. Little pauses, half-formed phrases, finding corners in my soul. Under the sunlight streaming through the window, I hear you even when you go. That quiet conversation won't let me let you go. Your thumb on the table, tracing careful rings. You said you're always leaving before your heart can cling. I changed the subject badly, asked about your day. You smiled like you were grateful I didn't make you stay. A siren in the distance, a kettle starting low. We sat inside that silence like it was all we'd ever known. Your shadow crossed the tiles when you stood to leave. You said, I'll see you later, but your eyes said maybe. Under the sunlight streaming through the window, every quiet word sinks slow. Little pauses, half-formed phrases, finding corners in my soul. Under the sunlight streaming through the window, I hear you even when you go. That quiet conversation won't let me let you go. If I had spoken up, would you still be here? Oh, if I had held your hand, would it calm your fear? These tiny ifs and almost pile against the door. I live inside that morning like it's something more. Now the cup is empty, ring of coffee on the wood. Your chair is by the window, just exactly where you stood. The afternoon grows longer, lines of light crawl down the wall. I replay each gentle answer, every question, every fall. Your voice in broken fragments, still drifting through this room. I never meant to hurt you, I'm just scared I'll lose. I whisper back my answers, the ones I never said. I'd wait until you're ready, I don't care where this thread ends. So I sit here in the after, breathing in that day. Your laughter in the hallway, fading slow, then far away. But under the sunlight streaming through the window, you're suddenly so close. The quiet conversation keeps unfolding in my bones. Under the sunlight streaming through the window, time folds on itself. Your outline on the curtain, like you never left. I move my lips in silence to the rhythm of your name. The words we left unspoken fall and fall again. Daylight turns to amber, shadows climb the floor. Still I'm asking silent questions like you're just outside the door. Under the sunlight streaming through the window, as long as it still glows, that quiet conversation is the only truth I know.
catching their Sunday best. Yellow freezes waking up. You said this view felt like a painting. We laughed at the crooked frame. Now the glass holds our reflections, but only I remember your name. Tulips and freesias in the garden, blooming for a story that has ended. Petals carry everything we started, all the words we meant, all the ones we never said. Tulips and freesias by the window, holding all the colors we let go. I sit here and I let the seasons show what my heart still won't, what my heart still won't admit. You used to tap on the table in rhythm with the rain, trace a map in the condensation, circle dreams around our names. We promised to come back every April, plant a new hope in the dirt. Now the bulbs remember better than the two of us ever could. I see a coat on the back chair, though it's been washed and worn by time. Every thread keeps a fingerprint, every crease repeats your lines. Neighbors pass with their umbrellas, they don't look up, they never knew that the small square of a garden holds a whole life I lived with you. Tulips and freesias in the garden, blooming for a story that has ended. Petals carry everything we started, all the words we meant, all the ones we never said. Tulips and freesias by the window, holding all the colors we let go. I sit here and I let the seasons show what my heart still won't, what my heart still won't admit. Maybe love is just a season, coming back in different light. Same soil, shifting reasons, same stars, a different night. If you walked up through the gate now, would I open up the door? Just watch your shadow fading on the tiles of this old floor. So I pour another cup, let it cool, let it stay. Count the blooms on their stems, one by one, drift away. Red for every reckless promise, gold for every quiet lie, white for all the half-forgiveness that we never learned to try. I press my hand to the window, feel the cold from the outside air. Your ghost sits in the opposite chair, like you never had to leave it there. I talk low so I don't scare you, ask if you're doing fine. Your silence answers kindly in the pattern of the vines. Tulips leaning toward the sunlight, freesias breathing out their sweet reply. They don't ask who stayed or who walked out, they just open and they say goodbye. So I sit and let them teach me how to loosen, how to bend, how a heart can break and blossom and still be ready, still be ready, still be ready to begin again. Afternoon slips into amber, shadows climb the kitchen wall, colors deepen in the garden as the blackbirds start to call. I stay seated by the window while the day burns down the thread, every petal slowly closing, tucking all the brightness into bed. Streetlights flicker in the distance, but I don't turn the ceiling light on yet. Let the dark draw careful outlines round the shapes I can't forget. smudge your fingers left behind. I breathe out and it grows softer till it's only in my mind. Tulips and freezes in the twilight, just silhouettes and gentle sway. They have learned the art of leaving, blooming, bowing back in a way. So I whisper to the garden, thank you for the time we had. Let the cool night air come find me, wash the sting out of the past. I close my eyes, the colors linger, stain like sunlight on my skin. I'm alone here at the window, but the world keeps growing in. Tulips and freezes in the garden, at the edge of what we knew. I released the weight I carried, and the flowers keep. The flowers keep. Steam on the glass, mug in my hands, tulips leaning toward the day. You left your book folded at the spine on the chair that still faces my way. The floor creaks once like it knows your name, dust caught dancing in the air. Yellow freesias bursting at the stems, all that color where you're not there. I sit here counting flowers instead of hours, tulips by the window reaching for you. Freezes breathing out the days we wasted, every little petal pulls me back through. I sit here counting flowers instead of answers, morning paints your shadow in this room. If you were here you'd say they're almost perfect, then laugh and rearrange the blooms. Your sweater's hooked still by the door, loose red thread I never tied. I trace the path you used to walk past the sink to the sink to the sky. We planned a trip, never picked a date, said next spring we'll get away. Now spring just comes on its own sweet time and blooms in all the places you stayed. I sit here counting flowers instead of hours, tulips by the window reaching for you. Freezes breathing out the days we tasted, coffee, quiet, everything we knew. I sit here counting flowers instead of answers, sunlight spills in all the shapes of you. If you were here you'd say they're almost perfect, and fix the crooked ones and twos. Did you know when you named each color you were painting every memory I keep? Now every stem is a little story rooted in the soil running underneath. You taught me how to stay and watch things grow. I'm learning how to stay and let them go. So I breathe in once for every petal, tulip red, freeze a gold in the glass. Say your name soft enough to tremble, loud enough to carry through the grass. I move your book just a little closer, thumb the page you left half turned. Read a line about a quiet garden, fold it like a promise I've relearned. The kettle cools on the chipped white counter, light turns honey then it turns thin. Shadows rise, stretch along the hallway, reach the spot your footsteps once lived in. I close my eyes, let the colors linger, red and yellow swimming through the dark. Every bloom is a small forever, held between the cracking and the start. Stay a while in this painted morning, stay a while in this tender view. Tulips by the window,
swaying slow, making room for me and you. Tulip red, freesia gold, I'm still here, growing old. Tulip red, freesia gold, whispered stories I never told. Tulip red, freesia gold, whispered stories I never told.
I came back through the gate at noon. Same brick wall, same cracked bench. My shoes knew every step before I did, like they were holding their breath. The old cherry trees were half awake, just buds on the edges of the day. And for a second I was there again, before the years got in the way. Spring days, come back to me. Spring days, come back to me. I thought you were gone for good, but you were hiding in the leaves. Spring days, come back to me. Spring days, come back to me. Just a faint little lake where the heart used to breathe. By the library, the same wind turned pages in the empty hands of trees. A ring on the pavement from a dripping pipe, and your laugh in the chlorine breeze. I passed the quad where we talked too long, wrote our names where nobody looked. Now the pain is faded, but I swear I felt that quick bright burn I mistook for luck. Spring days, come back to me. Spring days, come back to me. I thought you were gone for good, but you were hiding in the leaves. Spring days, come back to me. Spring days, come back to me. Just a faint little lake where the heart used to breathe. The student center doors were slow to close, like they knew I was not the same. Inside the coffee line, the chipped tile floor, every face was a smaller flame. I stood by the steps where we said goodbye, under that sky with the soft rain line. And I didn't cry, but my throat went tight at the shape of a life that once was mine. Spring days, come back to me. Spring days, come back to me. I thought you were gone for good, but you were hiding in the leaves. Spring days, come back to me. Spring days, come back to me. Just a faint little lake where season can vanish from the map and still live under the snow. So let the years keep turning on, let them wear the edges down. If I hear that old wind through the trees, I know how to be found. Spring days come back to me, not as they were, not as they were. Just a little green tremor under the dust and stone. Just a little light that never fully left me alone. Spring days come back to me when the path bends slow, when the bells ring let go. I walked in a stranger and left with a name pressed in the grass like a soft blue flame. Spring days come back to me. Spring days come back to me. I thought you were gone for good, but you were hiding in the leaves. Spring days come back to me. Spring days come back to me. Even now, you are still inside of me. On the day the gentle spring rain fell, you laughed holding one small umbrella. Our shoulders touching, hands unsure, every step a secret we didn't tell. You said let's keep this day just ours, mark the date inside your phone. Raindrops on your lashes trembling, I swore you'd never walk alone. That quiet promise in the spring rain, only you and me breathing the same air. Every drop drew your name deeper in my heart, I swear. Time slowed down on that street, puddles shining at our feet. On the day the gentle spring rain fell, I learned what forever could be. Cafe window, fogged and fading light, you traced hearts in the silver mist. Steam between us, sugar on your lips. I stole one more unplanned kiss. Hey. You spoke softly about your fears, family, work, the weight you hide. I listened like the world was ending. Pulled your fingers to my side. That quiet promise in the spring rain, only you and me breathing the same air. Every drop drew your name deeper in my heart, I swear. Time slowed down on that street, puddles shining at our feet. On the day the gentle spring rain fell, I learned what forever could be. Years have scattered like the petals fell, seasons turned and so did we. Different cities, different windows, yet that day keeps calling me. Sometimes when the forecast changes, I still check my phone by chance, half expecting just your number, half remembering your glance. If I could walk back through that rain, would you still reach for my hand? Would we stay under that umbrella, rush ahead to separate plans? All that we
is a promise written in rain. On the day the gentle spring rain fell, your voice lingered on my sleeve, saying, promise me just the two of us, too young to know what we believe. Drops drum softly on the rooftops, traffic hummed far out of view. I kept replaying that small silence, the space between my words and you. I go back there when the sky turns gray, to that crosswalk, that slow light change, your hair sticking to your cheeks, the way you laughed and hid your face. I walk alone past the same old shop where we shared that clumsy tea. Chairs are different, paint is peeling, but that corner still feels like we. On the day the gentle spring rain fell, time slid sideways, heart stood still. I didn't know that simple promise would be the one I can't fulfill. So I keep it here where the raindrops stayed, soaking deeper through the years gone by. A quiet vow beneath the cloudy sky, a whispered us I never say. When the first soft shower finds the earth, I feel your warmth under all this blue. Every drop that touches my open hands brings me back to that day with you. On the day the gentle spring rain fell, only two shadows, small and true. That moment sank into my heart, and there you live, soaked through and through.
On the day that the spring rain fell, you stood there still under that small awning. Breath like mist between your words, my name sounded softer in your mouth. We laughed at the ruined plans, shoes already dark with water. You reached out your sleeve for my hands, I guess it's just us now, like a secret. That little promise in the rain soaked through my clothes into my chest. Every drop traced your face, ran down, wrote you into me. On the day the gentle spring rain fell, time slowed down around the two of us. I didn't know it then, but I was learning how to miss you. Traffic hissed along the road, clouds hanging low like they were listening. You leaned your head toward my shoulder, close enough I could feel your doubt. You asked if dreams can really last past the season, past the thunder. I answered with a clumsy joke, just to hear you breathe out that small laugh. The bus rolled by, we let it pass, said we catch the next and the next one, stretching minutes into miles like we could outrun the evening. Your umbrella leaked at the edge, a cold line ran down your wrist. I brushed it away with my thumb, felt your pulse jump under my fingers. That little promise in the rain soaked through my clothes into my chest. Every drop traced your face, ran down, wrote you into me. On the day the gentle spring rain fell, time slowed down around the two of us.
didn't know it then, but I was learning how to miss you. Years later, sudden shower, same street, same slant of sky. I walk it slow just to find your shadow in the puddles. Did you keep that simple promise? Did it fade when seasons turned? My coat is dry, my hands are warm, but my heart still smells like rain. I still hear you say, just us, quiet, almost lost in thunder. I still see that crooked umbrella dripping circles at our feet. I still feel your sleeve on my hand clinging, then letting go. Street lights blur in the water, but your outline stays clear. Step by step down this silk sidewalk, I follow our old conversation, mouthing answers to the air, to questions you forgot you asked. Somewhere you're under another sky, maybe a different kind of rain. Someone else taking my place, holding your wrist when it chills. Yet every time the clouds lean down and the first drop finds my skin, I am back beside you waiting, letting buses come and go. On the day the gentle spring rain fell, time curled up around the two of us. The world moved on, the weather changed, but that hour never learned to leave. So I walk until the storm grows thin, till the city wipes its tears away. Your promise quiet keeps on falling, drop by drop into my heart again. Oh, into my heart again. Wordless humming, rain, rain. Bench by the path, coffee gone cold in my hand. Kids chasing dandelion seeds, your name in the dirt by my feet. You laughed at the pigeons, said they walk like tiny kings. I still hear that sentence in the rustle of everything. Petals in slow motion, falling like the years between us. Every little swirl pulls me back to you. Under this soft explosion, white and pink above the river, I close my eyes and the world comes blooming into you. Your scarf on my shoulder, back when the wind cut through our coats. We shared that paper umbrella, drip stories onto our notes. You traced our plans in the air, apartments, cities, flights, cherry branches overhead. Sign the sky with light. Petals in slow motion, falling like the years between us. Every little swirl pulls me back to you. Under this soft explosion, white and pink above the river, I close my eyes and the world comes blooming into you. Do you still come here in April? Do you still talk to the trees? If I turned and saw you smiling, would I fall to my knees? I'm older in the mirror, but here I'm 22. Time walks on around me, this moment stays with you. Petals on my jacket, petals in my hair, gather on my fingers like the days we used to share. Step by step along the path, you beside me in my mind. Every drift across my face erases distance, blurs the time. I whisper your old nickname, hey, to the branches overhead. Answer comes in quiet rain of pink and white. Instead, I let the park keep our secret, folded into root and stone. If you ever wander back here, you'll feel you're not alone. Petals in slow motion, spinning past my shoes. I walk slower, slower, slower to stay inside this view. Blossoms brush my shoulder like your hand once did. I talk to the empty air like you're late, just a kid. Light fades into evening, colors turn to gray. Still the soft confetti falls on every word I couldn't say. Petals in slow motion settle on the ground. I leave our footprints in the dust. I don't turn around. One last branch above me shivers, lets them go. All our little yesterdays drifting, drifting slow. Bench by the paper cup, cooling tea. You laugh at some old photograph on your cracked phone screen. Petals trace circles on your dark sweater sleeve. You say, funny how this little park holds more of me than I do. Cherry blossoms blur the years, falling slow. Every pale pink whisper says don't let go. We were younger than the light, through the branches in your hair. Now we're older, sitting quiet with our memories in the air. Kids chasing bubbles, cut right through our stare. Two bikes tangled by the railing, like we left them there. You used to draw futures in the dirt with the stick, names and arrows, big blank planets we'd move into someday quick. Now your ring leaves a pale band on your hand. You turn it once, then hide it in the fold of your bag. Cherry blossoms blur the years, falling slow. Every pale pink whisper says don't let go. We were younger than the light, through the branches in your hair. Now we're older, sitting quiet with our memories in the air. What if we'd missed that train? What if we'd stayed one more spring? Would it change this moment now, or just the story that we bring? I watch one petal catch on your throat as you breathe. You close your eyes, let it drop like you're setting something free. Time stretches, you stand up first, brush the day from your jeans. Say, call me sometime, like you don't know what that means. I nod too fast, stare down at my shoes. A petal lands on the laces, hangs on to the loose loop. You walk through the gate, past the snack stand sign. Your shadow cuts across the grass, then folds into mine. Wind shakes the branches, tiny storm arms of a white. I sit there counting every fall, like I'm counting out our time. One on the bench, one on my sleeve, one on your empty space beside me. Cherry blossoms blur the years, falling slow, falling slow. Every pale pink whisper says, let it go, let it go. Your name in the dust, long blown clear, but I still hear your voice in the rustle near my ear. I wait till the ground is a faded pink sea, till the sky feels lighter than it did when you were here with me. Then I rise almost steady, hands deep in my coat. A petal clings to my collar like a half-finished note. I walk the same path, past the swings, past the pond. Each step a quiet promise to the person I've become. Behind me the branches keep letting go, unafraid. I don't turn around, but I carry what we made. Cherry blossoms blur the years in the air, in my hair. Every step out of the park leaves a little of you still there.
Steam on the window, name in the phone, table in the corner, same as years ago. Dust on the hardbacks, spines cracked in gold. Pages smell like summers I thought I outgrew long ago. I stir my latte, watch it cool. Every memory finds a stool, pulls up in this quiet room like you never left at all. You were laughing by that chair, sunlight tangled in your hair. Time keeps walking, I stay here, sipping on the years that fall. Loose leaf on the saucer, ring on the page, circles over sentences we underlined at that age. You said leave it open, story never done. Now the chapter's finished, but I still read the same first one. I stir my latte, watch it cool. Every memory finds a stool, pulls up in this quiet room like it never left at all. You were tracing every line on the map of my old life. Time keeps walking, I stay here, sipping on the years that fall. Outside the city trades its skin, chasing the next, the next, the next thing. Inside I'm drinking what has been, letting the past keep lingering. One more sip, just one more sip. Cream rings fading like the day we flipped that last one. page in that torn blue book. You said save this place with that half-crooked look. Chair scrape, door swing, someone laughs like you did. Then I look up, heart jumps, it's a stranger once again. Books lean, lights hum, barista calls a name. Not mine, not yours, but it flickers just the same. I trace the cup slow around the rim, count the breaths till the room grows thin. When the foam runs out and the warmth runs through, I'll leave this seat still holding you. Just the clock and I, just the quiet air, just a ghost of us in the wooden chair. I stir what's left, though it's almost gone. Let the spoon keep time to an old soft song. Stay a little longer till the taste turns cold, till the stories close on these shelves of old. One more minute in this amber light, then I'll stand, I'll go, I'll be alright. But for now I sit, let the past pour slow in a cup of milk and coffee on a rainy afternoon glow.
Corner chair, sun and stripes on the floor. Steam from my cup draws ghost from the door. Latte ring on the page I once read, your name in the margin in my own hand. Dust on the spines, faded cloth peeling gold. Every cracked cover, a story we told. The chair by the window still leans to the side, like it remembers where you used to hide. I drink you back in latte-colored waves. Every slow sip pulls me through the days. You're in the quiet, between the words I turn. In these latte-stained pages, you still return. Tiny bell chimes, someone steps through the past. Barista sings softly, how nothing can last. I watch the foam collapse into swirls, like a little calendars losing their curls. That rainy August drips down from the shelf, ticket stubs pressed beside letters I kept. We underlined futures we thought we could keep. Now they're footnotes that put my heart to sleep. I drink you back in latte-colored waves. Every slow sip pulls me through the days. You're in the quiet, between the words I turn. In these latte-stained pages, you still return. In some other chair, reading a stranger but breathing my air. Do you still taste cinnamon afternoons, or have you shelved every chapter of you? Last drop gone, cup tipped on its side. milk foam map of a life that's gone wide. I trace the handle like I once traced your palm. Tiny circles till my heartbeat is calm. Lamps hung low and the ceiling breathes dust. Chairs scrape slowly like to scatter the rust. I close the book but the ending won't stay. Your laughter leaks out in the margins of today. I stack our seasons on the table in piles. Autumn beside spring, winter under your smile. The ink has thinned but the weight never leaves. Light through the window still prints your sleeve. A wipe the counter, turn the open sign round. Footsteps thin out into soft shoot sound. I stay seated while the room rewinds. Old song crackling through a fraying line. I mouth your name to the rim of the cup. Silent confession, the words won't give up. All of this time and it still tastes the same. Warm, a little bitter, and lined with your name. Lights click off but the shelves keep their glow. Spines pressed together like they somehow know. I stand slowly, let my hand leave the chair. Walk through the doorway. You're suddenly there. Not in the street, not in anyone's eyes, just in steam where the cold air collides. I breathe you in and I let you go slow. One last exhale in the falling snow. Door swings shut, but you follow me home in coffee stains and the cracks in my phone. Every quiet night when the city feels strange, I taste that latte and turn back your page.
You were in the window, hands wrapped round a cup, steam on the glass, breath fogged up. I stood at the crosswalk, heart on a wire, phone in my pocket, palms on fire. You lifted your eyes like you felt me there, tucked your hair back, laughed at the air. I missed the light turning, stayed on red, lost in the way you tilted your head. I keep running back to that first day feeling, shaking in my shoes, grinning at the ceiling. You at the corner table, kicking at the chair legs low. Every little glance made the whole room glow. I could live forever in that doorway view. First date, heart walking toward you. Doorbell chimed once, world slipped out. Cafe noise faded, just your mouth saying thought you might change your mind. I said I almost did, you said that's fine. Sugar on the saucer, spilled a line. You drew constellations, said pick one, it's mine. My joke fell flat, you laughed anyway, stirring your drink like it'd stay all day. I keep running back to that first day feeling, shaking in my shoes, grinning at the ceiling. You at the corner table, kicking at the chair legs slow. Every little glance made the whole room glow. I could live forever in that doorway view. First date, heart walking toward you. Now it's years of dishes, bills on the fridge, sleepy Sunday grocery lists. But every time I pass that old cafe light, my chest speeds up like it's that first night. Oh, you ask what I'm smiling to myself about. I just kiss your hand, say you'd laugh it out. But I'm back in that doorway, clumsy and brave, watching you wait like I'm worth the wait. You were in the window. You were in the window, hands wrapped round a cup. I was on the sidewalk trying to grow up. You were in the window, counting cars go by. I was at the crosswalk learning how to try. You were in the window, light on your face. I was just a heartbeat looking for a place. You were in the window, umbrella at your feet, checking your watch, tapping to the beat. I was in the doorway, breathing in slow, every step closer, everything I'd hoped. You were in the window like a little piece of proof that the world holds moments you can't outgrow or lose. Now every cafe chair, every crowded room, I see that first table, I see that first you. You were in the window, I was running late, so somewhere between strangers and something like fate. I'm still on that sidewalk every time I do, walking through the door to my first date, you. You were stirring up your coffee till the spoon rang like a bell. Tiny storm inside that mug, my hands shaking, couldn't tell. Door chime, little silver echo. You looked up, then looked away. One laugh spilled between our questions, sugar packets, nervy play. In all the creases of the napkin by your phone, I pretended I was breathing, but you knocked out every bone. Meet me where the cups are clinking, where the windows glow gold. First date, corner table, where our brave felt bold, where my name on your lips felt too good, too soon. Meet me where the time ran easy that late afternoon. You were tracing constellations in the foam along the rim. Said you never liked blind chances, then you took a chance on him. That's me. Shared a pastry for colliding like we practiced every move. You confessed your fear of silence, then our quiet found a groove. Walked your fingers to my wrist like you're checking if I'm real. Said you're easier than I thought. I said you're everything I feel. Meet me where the cups are clinking, where the windows glow gold. First date, corner table, where our brave felt bold, where my name on your lips felt too good, too soon. Meet me where the time ran easy that late afternoon. Some nights I drive past that place, see our ghosts in the glass, 2 kids, bed and everything, on a seat and a chance. If I ever lose my footing, if the years blur your face, I'll go sit there till I hear you laugh in that space. I'll meet you there. Same chipmunk, same old chair, your sweater on the back, raincoat by the stair. You're waiting there with that half-embarrassed stare. Coffee gone cold, but we don't care. Every stir, every sip, every joke on your lip, every sorry I talk too much, every nervous fingertip. I'll meet you there in the squeak of that door, in the chalkboard menu, eat red then ignore. You're waiting there, tracing stars first laugh, little fable, first touch under cable knit sleeves. Every time I blink, I see. Meet me there, past and present in the air. Half a smile, half a dare, you were already home. I'll meet you there, where the cups still clink, where the light runs slow, where I first learned how your eyes think. Fade me out in that cafe, let the night crowd roll on through. I'm just sitting with my heartbeat on that first day of you.
Under the blue sky, I froze. You laughed in the daylight, bowed low. Bag on your shoulder, hair in your eyes. You said my name like a quiet surprise. Your voice carried over the road, past buses and birds and old phones. Every small syllable found a place in my chest, settled down. Your voice on a gentle spring breeze, warm light pouring through the leaves. Every word you say melts the winter in me away. Under the blue sky, I knew something in me leaned toward you. Your voice on that soft spring breeze is where my heart wants to be. We walked by the corner cafe. You traced constellations and steam on the glass. You told me the story of scars on your hands, how you always heal just slower than you planned. I listened and tried not to stare at the sunlight asleep in your hair. You asked what I'm scared of the most. I said losing this before it's even close. Your voice on a gentle spring breeze, warm light pouring through the leaves. Every word you say melts the winter in me away. Under the blue sky, I knew something in me leaned toward you. Your voice on that soft spring breeze is where my heart wants to be. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it's all one quiet moment that changed how I fall. If this is the start, let it stay slow. Let every small syllable tell me you know, you know. Under the blue sky, you're talking about nothing at all, but every small nothing feels like it matters the most. Your voice on the breeze, finding the cracks in my fear, filling the spaces, saying I'm right here. Under the blue sky, I walk a half step behind, just to stay in the river of your sound, of your sound. Your voice carried on the spring wind, warm and low, wrapping around my tired heart, telling it you can let go. Under the blue sky, time drifts soft and slow. You're drawing circles with your foot in the dust in the road. I don't need an answer, I don't need a sign, I just need this moment looping in my mind. Your voice on the breeze, your voice on the breeze. Every little word feels like a key. Under the blue sky, under the blue sky. If this is all we ever are, it's still enough tonight. Your voice carried on the spring wind sky, warmly embracing my heart. Under the blue sky,
your voice. Under the blue sky, you were laughing at nothing. Paper cup in your hand, ink stain on your thumb. You said it's finally warm. Kicked a stone down the pavement. Cherry buds overhead, almost ready to bloom. Your voice on the spring breeze, drifting easy through the sunlight. Every word you ever gave me folds around my tired mind. Warm and slow it finds me, like a cardigan in April rain. Your voice on the spring breeze says my name again. Traffic in the distance, someone's dog pulling sideways. You forgot what you'd say, then you said it anyway. I watched your hands talk in little circles in the air, and somehow in that moment all my winters disappeared. Your voice on the spring breeze, drifting easy through the sunlight. Every word you ever gave me folds around my tired mind. Warm and slow it finds me, like a cardigan in April rain. Your voice on the spring breeze says my name again. Maybe I was sleepwalking through all those colder days, till you called and the frost melted off my name. If this is just a season, then let it stay this long. Let me live in this minute, where every breath's your song. Under the blue sky, we walked a long way home, saying almost nothing. Still I've never felt so known. Every small confession floats between the trees. You laugh and it lingers, hanging in the leaves. Your voice in the distance, soft and close at once, threading through my fingers, settling in my lungs. Stay right here in this air, where the day leans low, where the clouds move slowly, where there's nowhere else to go. I will learn your silence, I will learn your sound. Every word you're saving, I can hear it now. Your voice on the spring breeze, carrying through my chest. Under this blue sky, I am finally at rest. Your voice on the spring breeze, your voice on the spring breeze. Under the blue sky, that's where my heart will be. Oh, under the blue sky, that's where my heart will be. Oh, under the blue sky, that's where my heart